That is a flathead for sure. There's one right underneath that drone. There we go. Whoa, right here. Whoa. Good morning everyone, and thank you for joining me on another one of my little fishing adventures. Today we have a very good one in store. We're going to be getting the drone up in the sky yet again and trying to track down some of these monster dusky flathead. But I've also got a little bit of a twist. I've brought out my ultralight combo with me. So what I'm thinking about doing is scouring the sand flats and trying to find some schools of whiting or brim, and also using the drone to try and track down those. That's a little bit of the game plan. Could be some really cool stuff coming today. So we're just going to pedal over to this sand flat, get the drone up in the air straight away this morning and have a little bit of a look around. Now, I'd be flat out lying if I said that the conditions were ideal this morning. They're definitely not. We've got a fair bit of wind around, which is going to make it really, really hard to see these fish on the drone. But I'll tell you what, we're going to give it a red hot crack. We've got some big surface lures, some big hard body lures, which we're going to cast underneath the drone to try and get an eat. Should be a bit of fun. One thing it is this morning is very bright. The sun just hits different up here, I reckon. I mean, why not? The wind's going to pick up today, so if we get a chance to get the drone up right now, that'll be absolutely perfect. Let's get this bad boy all set up. You ready for this morning's mission, little mate? No eagles this morning, thank you. Eagles are a drone's worst nightmare. They're absolute buggers, but this is a little look at the combo we've got going on this morning. We've got a big hard body lure rigged up and ready to throw into that drone. Come on, fishers. The home point has been up. Please check it on the map. Up I go. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at this morning. It's actually very, very decent. Better than what I thought it was going to be. That sun is beaming down on these sand flats, and that's exactly where we're going to be fishing, down on these sand flats. You can start to see them right there. It's definitely a little bit ripply, which is going to make this a little bit hard, but it looks like it's going to work. So there's me. I'm going to start pedaling towards the area which I have in mind, and we'll just fly the drone up ahead of us and get a little scout out initially. We should come over a deep or a real steep drop off here, which goes into the shallows. There it is. Really, really shallow water there. Get a bit closer. Oh, that's a stingray. We'll say good morning to the stingray. Oh, there's many stingrays. Look at him mooching around. Getting a feed on the flats. He's probably picking up all the crabs and all the little crustaceans which are on the seafloor. Well, we've had the drone up for about 30 seconds. We're already starting to see some life, and if there's some big stingrays which are around, it's definitely deep enough for a big flathead as well. Oh, big schools of fish. That is what these flathead are after. If there's schools of fish like this around, I've got no doubt we're going to find a flathead. Look at that. Whiting and mullet. Oh, that's ideal. We need to look really closely. For sure could be a flathead lurking around these fish. Even if we don't see a flathead, it's just cool to see how much life is around. Like, look at that. Oh, that's one there, I think. I think there's one right next to that log. It's a bit hard to tell, but if it's deep enough for that stingray, which is there as well, it's definitely deep enough for flatty. I reckon we'll have a cast of that. Even if it's not a flathead, we'll just get the rust off, get a cast out over that. I doubt that's a flathead, eh? Idiot. Of course you'd do that, Nev. Well done, champion. Who's been waiting for that to happen? Need to keep looking around. That wasn't a flathead. Good job, Nev. Wasting time. Surely there's got to be one around those mullet, even if I just get a cast in there. It's been really hard to spot, man. Oh my goodness. We've found a flathead. That is a flathead for sure. Wow, we found about 100,000 stingrays before we found the first flathead, but it's right under that drone there. And I'll tell you what, it looks pretty big. Obviously the first piece of the puzzle is just finding them, the second is getting them to hit and commit to the lure. Sitting very shallow, that girl. This one's a right off. She doesn't care. No care in the world. There's one right underneath that drone. You gotta get this drone down. 100% a flatty on this flat though. We found one. Getting him to eat is literally the majority of the battle. We found a good one just then, but didn't eat. Let's go up again. So many mullet. There could even just be a flathead in those, eh? Good cast if that fish is still there. Come on. It was right there. Bloody lures keeps getting tangled up. Last 3 casts I've had lure tangled. Oh, my bib's broken. The bib's completely snapped off on this lure. That's why there's no interest. Man, I was wondering what was going on, but the bib was snapped off that lure. Well, we've figured out that there's definitely fish here, but they're a little bit switched on or just not feeding this morning. Very hard to get to eat. So what I'm going to do is just do a little bit of blind casting, have a little bit of a break from the drone, and I reckon we'll actually get one doing that. A little bit of a change in lures again. I'm going to switch over to a surface bent minnow, so hopefully we can get a big topwater explosion or something really cool like that. So this should get a reaction bite if there's any big flathead which are hungry. Yeah, there's one out over there somewhere. Whoa, right here. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, that's why we surface blind cast. Oh, look at him, he's swimming straight at me. It's a good fish too. That is a great fish. How cool was that? That was epic. Really nice fish. Well, that's what happens when you blind cast. People say that the drone is like cheating and makes it really easy to get them. It certainly does not. We'll get her in the net. Oh, that's not good. Very interesting net job, Nev. Very interesting. What an idiot. Bit of an awful little hookup for her, but that's a cracker of a flathead. Really nice first fish of the morning. We've seen a few, haven't been able to get a couple to commit on the drone, but how was that eat? We will take that eat. That was absolutely awesome. Probably a high 60, I'm guessing 70. She's got to be 70, so we'll let her go. See you, big girl. Off she cruises. Awesome. Really nice first fish of the morning, and there's definitely a few more there. We saw some on the drone which were a little bit bigger than her, but since she ate, they all might spook. We will see. Great way to start off the morning. All right, I'm just rigging up the ultralight rod, and we're going to get out some surface lures. Well, you can see we've arrived at an entirely new bank right here. So I'm going to get the drone up initially, have a look around, see if we can find some big flathead or even some smaller fish, some whiting and some brim to cast at. Let's get this one up again. Alright, entirely new spot, and you can see that there's actually a little island to the left. You can start to see that that's actually an island there. So that could be a really good spot to look for some flathead. On the outskirts of that island, we can see a big sandbank there as well, so that's really good. Stretches all the way out here actually, so we'll start having a look along this sandbank. And we'll see if we can spot any flathead, any whiting. As we said, we're just looking for anything to catch. We'll go down right on this spot here. It looks like a beautiful spot for an ambush predator like a flathead. There's actually a bunch of smaller fish following that stingray. I wonder if they're whiting or mullet. Alright, some little fish underneath the drone. They look like whiting or something, so get a cast out. Oh, fish. Wasn't on the drone though. We got a little fish. It's got to be a little whiting, I reckon. Very cool. I think it is a little whiting. Oh, it's a brim. Tiny little brim. We'll get the drone hovering over that area and have another little cast there. See if there's any more. Oh. I wonder if you guys can see what's going on here. I have heaps of little fish following it, I think. There we go, another good fish. Hopefully we got that on the drone. Is that another little brim, I think? It is. There's a bunch of little brimbos there. Wonder if there's any whiting or if they're just brim, but still, hopefully we're getting a bit of this action on the drone as well. I'm just slowly hopping that lure right across the surface and they're coming up to it and smacking it. Oh, that was a whiting, I think. Oh, that was close. Well, that was pretty cool. Hopefully we got a little bit of that action on the drone. That's really hard to do. I caught 2 brim while we had the drone up in the air then, and hopefully we saw a little bit of the action, or at least the action of the lure, because that would have been pretty cool as well. I'm out of drone batteries for the moment though now. Cast it back over that same area. Right up here is where we got those last couple fish. Oh, that's a good fish. That was really cool. It's a whiting. We did get a whiting. Yes. A whiting on a little walk the dog lure. I don't actually think he's properly hooked. He just swiped at it. That's really cool. First whiting on a little popper. That did not take long at all. Really, really cool. How's that? The first whiting on one of these little surface lures. Super cool fish. He just destroyed that off the top as well. He's not a monster, but look at it. That'll be a cool, bet you he tastes good too. See you, mate. All right, everyone, I'm gonna wrap this one up here. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.